Battle of the Sexes! Hi, welcome to Battle of the Sexes. In this episode, I want to address a common misconception that women have about most men. That men are just a bunch of dumbasses. Well, ladies, I've got news for you. Men are a lot more intelligent than you give us credit for. In fact, men are mathematical geniuses from birth. I'll say that again. Men are mathematical geniuses from birth. Men are able to perform complex mathematical equations loaded with constantly changing variables in an instant and on the fly. And if you need proof of this, just watch a man piss with a boner. You see, unlike women who sit to pee, they have a direct line straight to the toilet. Men sporting wood don't have the luxury of having a direct shot straight to the toilet. Boners are very unforgiving and uncooperative when it comes to direct line of sight peeing. Trying to push them down and aim directly into the toilet, it's next to impossible. This is where men's innate mathematical genius comes into play. Men must calculate the precise angle, arc, and trajectory of the stream while factoring variables such as pressure due to the fullness of the bladder. The fuller the bladder, the more the pressure. The more the pressure, the longer the stream. So men have to calculate the proper distance to stand away from the toilet in order for the arc and the trajectory to make the piss go into the center of the bowl. As I mentioned before, there are many fluctuating variables that have to be factored in, especially when the bladder starts to empty and the initial pressure starts to dissipate. When that happens, gravity takes control and the arc starts to collapse and the urine stream shortens. The man must then calculate the rate of speed that he needs to travel toward the toilet in order to keep the urine stream centered in the bowl. This calculation has many variables as well, such as, is he naked? Is he wearing underwear? If he's wearing underwear, are they pulled around his thighs? Are they pulled down to his knees? Or are they wrapped around his ankles? Now these variables will dictate how fast he is able to walk or shuffle towards the toilet. Another variable that you have to take into consideration is the type of boner he's sporting. I mean, is it morning wood or is it a postcoital stiffy? And for those of you with the 5th grade vocabulary, postcoital means after sex. If it's a postcoital boner, the prostrate gland will be swollen, causing a shift in the urethra, which makes the stream shoot to the side. This in turn makes the man have to adjust his initial starting position and then do the whole process standing sideways. In order for the man to calculate the arc, angle, and trajectory, he must first determine the pressure of the flow. However, fluid can either be laminar or turbulent. The factor that determines which type of fluid is present is the ratio between inertia forces and viscous forces within the fluid itself. This is expressed by the non-dimensional Reynolds number, where V and D are the fluid characteristics, velocity, and distance. For example, for urine passing through a penis, V could be the average fluid velocity, which is in turn dictated by the volume of piss in the bladder at any given moment. Typically, viscous stresses within a fluid tend to stabilize and organize the flow, whereas excessive fluid inertia tends to disrupt organized flow, leading to chaotic, turbulent behavior. Let's take a look at the process in action. Shit. Battle of the Sexes! Whereas excessive fluid inertia disrupts organization of the flow and causes a chaotic and in the ass with a postcoital boner. Excessive fluid inertia tends to disrupt organized flow, leading to chaotic and turbulent. You did that, that threw me off. Don't do that.